Hello, hello. I am Stephanie Dreyer. Welcome to Meal Plan Monday. I am a plant-based meal planning expert and the founder of stephaniedreyer.com, where I help busy parents and families bring more joy and ease to their meal prep and their meal times, basically simplifying everything we do in the kitchen so that we can make it a more fun experience and spend that time with our families around the table, what it's all about. So I am in case you're not familiar with my background, I am the mom of 3 kids, 16, 13, and 10. And I am vegan. My oldest is vegetarian, and the rest of my family, my other 2 kids and my husband, are not. And so we have I call it a veg Omni household, where we've got a lot of different dietary needs. And so I've been on a journey the last 10 years since I've gone vegan to really simplify my meal planning and preparation, because I was starting to dread cooking and dreading those 4 words, what's for dinner. So I have worked really hard to bring some new processes and systems to my meal prep and meal planning, which has simplified everything. And I am here every Monday at noon Pacific Standard Time to share some of those ideas with you. So today we are talking about holiday meal planning, and I have 5 simple, quick steps to share, tips to share with you to ensure a stress-free holiday festivities, a holiday meal, whether you're vegan or not, focusing on a mixed household with different dietary needs and trying, basically, whether you have different dietary needs or not, it's trying to please everyone is really what it comes down to, whether you're eating vegan or not, and gluten-free and allergies. There's just a lot of different considerations these days. And then you have just the regular of kids being picky eaters. So I know everyone's busy this time of year, so I've put together 5 quick tips. I'm just going to share those with you. So number 1, so I'm assuming in this example that you're the host. I have some tips I'm going to go through at the end if you're not the host, but you're going to a gathering and maybe you're the only vegan or vegetarian at the table. So stay tuned for that. But first, if you're the host, the first thing to do, number 1, step 1, before you even start your menu, do a little survey with your family and friends about, or guests who are coming, about what they are expecting. Do they have any favorites that they're expecting, that they'll be disappointed if they're not there? And then you can kind of get a lay of the land for then when you do go to put your meal plan together, your menu together for the event, how to incorporate those foods. And if those foods are not something you're comfortable cooking, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you can make arrangements to either have that somebody else bring that, to order that, and have your husband pick it up like I do, and plan accordingly. And I think, the holidays, it's all about compromise. I had to learn this the hard way when I first went vegan, just trying to enforce my beliefs on everyone. And I learned really quickly that didn't really work at all. And the key to creating a happy table and a happy house was compromise and honoring everybody's taste preferences. And so I think it's okay to be able to do that and figure out a way that it works for everyone. And so if you're not comfortable cooking that, like I don't cook any meat or animal products, but if somebody really, really wants that, and I remember year for another holiday, we were having a big group over, and this one gentleman really wanted corned beef, like that he was used to having corned beef at this Jewish celebration that we were doing. And so they brought that, and that was fine. It was just something that I wasn't going to contribute. So this is a way that you can kind of survey and get organized. So that's step 1. Step 2 is, once you have an idea of any special request, put together a menu that can, like I said, incorporate those around a common theme or a common menu. And what I'm recommending in this step 2 is to pick a main dish first that can kind of serve as a centerpiece, and it has familiar foods for everybody. So some things that you could do, like a Wellington is something that everybody's familiar with, but instead of filling it with meat, you could do vegetables with some kind of savory, yummy sauce or gravy that everybody's familiar with. Another great idea for a centerpiece for the holidays is a lasagna. Everybody loves lasagna, or some kind of baked casserole. Half my family is Italian, so the traditional rigatoni is a big one. Lasagna is a big one. So any type of meal like that you can incorporate. And so anyways, that's step number 2. Step number 3, once you have your main dish settled and you know what you're doing for your main meal, that's when you can put together those side dishes and bring back some of those requests that you got from those other people and figure out what you need to outsource and what you need to ask people to bring. And specific with this step is people love to bring things. So when you're planning the rest of your menu, don't be afraid to actually, when people ask, what can I bring, is to actually give a recipe. And I don't mean in like a pushy kind of way, but to say something like, oh, I really love this salad. Everyone can eat it, and it's always a hit whenever I serve it. If you wanted to bring the salad, I'd be happy to share the recipe with you. And so it's just a very gentle, kind way of knowing you're picking recipes that you know are going to be able for everybody to eat. And then when somebody asks you what they can bring, you're giving them a very pointed suggestion, which actually is helpful to a lot of people. You know, they don't have to do the thinking about, you know, what recipe. If they have to bring a salad, if you're asking them to bring a side dish, you can actually say, oh, I was planning to make this and this. Would you want to help me with that? So that's step number 3. Step number 4 is to take some help from the store and to supplement some of those big dishes you're going to be making with some store-bought or some pre-ordered items. And these are actually really good for appetizers and desserts. For me, that's my go-to. I do my appetizers and desserts in this category. And this also is a great thing to tell people to bring if they're not cooks, okay? So I have a lot of people in my circle, you know, family, friends who want to contribute something, but they're not going to take the time to make a recipe like I was telling you in step 3, or they're just, that's not their thing. And you don't want to put extra work on them, especially during the holidays. So what you could suggest or say to them is, oh, I was planning to put together this vegetable and hummus tray with these items from this hummus from Trader Joe's, or I had planned to pre-order a cake from Yvonne's Vegan Kitchen. Would you like to contribute one of those instead of me doing it? Something along those lines, where again, you're giving them, I sound kind of like type A controlling here, and I guess actually I am. When it comes to the holidays, you want it to be a certain way if you're hosting, right? But you also want people to feel comfortable and included, and like that they're part of the meal, and you're not just forcing anything on them. Not that you're forcing anything on them, but that, you know, you're not so set in your ways in that way. And you want to be able to accommodate everyone's likes and preferences for the meal, but all still making it fit together in a cohesive celebration that tastes yummy together on the table. At least that's how I come to think about it. So these are ways that I think you can easily accommodate all of that and still host the celebration that you want to host. So step number 5, last but not least, is break up your meal prep, your shopping, your tablescape, your cleaning, all of that in your schedule over the 3 to 4 days before the event. I went over this for Thanksgiving. I'll share the link to that video in the comments after this live, so you can see I actually have a specific planner, like timeline of how I break it up. But do yourself a favor, and if you want it to be stress-free, take the 10 minutes. That's all you need, 5 maybe. Make a list of everything that needs to get done, and then just divide it up in your calendar. You're gonna do grocery shopping this day. You're gonna finalize the menu this day. You're gonna make the appetizer this day, and you're gonna do the dessert on this day, whatever. But divide it up over the 3 to 4 more days if you need, so that on the day of the celebration, you do have some work to do, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. You can do it with joy. You can have your music going. You can have the family help you out. And then it's a fun and festive occasion, which is really what the whole season is about. So those are my 5 tips if you're the host to stress-free holiday meal planning. And if you're not the host and are the only vegan or vegetarian attending, my tips for you, I have just 2 tips for you. One is to ask the host, give a phone call to the host ahead of time and ask if they have their menu set and if they would mind sharing with you, because you would love to contribute a dish or 2. And really the idea here is to get an idea of something you can bring that you know you can eat with that fits into his or her menu without, that feels like cohesive. And the second idea there is, or second tip there is to think about, get honest with yourself. Is there anything that you are going to feel like heartbroken or nostalgic about missing if it's not served at this meal? You're going to someone else's house, so you're really at their mercy to plan, I'm sure, a lovely feast for you. But all of us have our little, things that we look forward to. So if you're not hosting and there's something you're going to miss, get honest with yourself, figure out what that is, and then either plan to make them for you to have, the next day or the day before, some other time during that holiday period, or ask the host if you could contribute that to the meal. And, with a heartfelt, kind of plea of like, oh, I will really be bummed and disappointed if I can't have this. And you can ask, let them know, let your guests know that you're plant-based or vegetarian, and see if they would mind if you brought a vegan version to enjoy at the feast, and of course bring enough for everybody to share. And you just kind of navigate it from there. I think just starting from a place of communication, I guess, is the theme with all of this. Communication and planning. And those are the keys to a stress-free holiday meal plan and preparation. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, DM me. You can also catch me over on Instagram at Veegmama, VeegMama, and then of course over at stephaniedryer.com. I am going to be taking off the next 2 weeks. I'm usually here for Meal Plan Monday every week, but with the holiday break, my kids are home, so I'm going to take the next 2 weeks off. I'm going to be back on January 6th, Meal Plan Monday at noon Pacific Standard Time, with a very, very special Meal Plan Monday and a very, very special announcement. So I hope you will tune in to watch that. And I just want to wish everyone a happy, happy holiday. I hope you will have a stress-free next couple of weeks as we head into the thick of the holiday season. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for watching. Bye.